Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Karla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross-stitch and crochet, but also other crafts that I enjoy and a little bit of life thrown in. And there's often cat talk as well. This is Delilah, for those of you who are new. My, oh, she's almost a year old. I guess I have to say she's a year old because I don't know exactly when her birthday is, except, ouch, that it was in July. Thank you, claws in my shoulder, not necessary. So yes, she's still very much a teenage cat in attitude. She is very like, you can't make me. She does what she wants to do when she wants to do it. And yeah. Anyway, so I do want to say welcome. If this is your first time finding my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you like what you see, want to hit like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I have super thanks button. I have I have my email and stuff. You can if you want to give a monetary gift, you can do it through super thanks or PayPal. Completely unnecessary, but occasionally people want to do that, so if you do, I totally appreciate it. So today is FlossTube number 289. It's Sunday, July 6th. If you are not a first-time viewer, if you're one of the people that stops by every week, thank you so much for coming by and spending this time with me. I really do appreciate it. So today, as I said, is Sunday, July 6th. I hope that if you are in the United States that you had a happy Independence Day. I hope you got to either relax or do something fun. Independence Day or 4th of July felt a little weird to me this year. I will be honest, I'm not really happy with the political world. Which is not something that we need to discuss on the channel, but it did feel a little bit weird to celebrate 4th of July. Honestly, we didn't really do anything that special. Lorraine made some crock-pot ribs, which were really good, and I had a day off, which is always fantastic. And other than that, we just had a relaxing day. And then, of course, at night, fireworks were going off all around us, and we spent most of our time just kind of trying to keep the dog calm. He did not like them. He did not know what to do with himself. It was so sad. He was going from one room to another room to another room, just trying to like get away from it, and then he'd come out and there'd be a particularly loud one go running back to his bed in Lorraine's room. So that aspect of it, although the fireworks are beautiful to us, is always kind of stressful because they're just so hard on animals. Now Delilah did not mind them that much. She actually was looking out the window at some of them and was kind of curious about it until they got really loud. When there was a really like close loud one, then she was like freaked out. So I think that's pretty much par for the course with animals. They just don't like the fireworks, and it's really hard when there is like 4th of July or New Year's, when you know the neighborhood is full of the fireworks, to keep the animals calm. But everybody's okay now, and there was a little bit of fireworks last night, but not a lot, so luckily we didn't have to deal with it for 2 nights. Okay, so today it's almost 3 o'clock today, and so I'm getting a late start, but part of the reason is because I have been making spaghetti sauce, and I needed to, keep an eye on it for a while. It's still simmering, but I'm having some friends over next weekend. Greg and Lisa, I've mentioned them a bunch of times, and so I'm making my mom's spaghetti sauce to serve with them, and I don't know if I ever mentioned this on this channel before, but my mom, when I was growing up, made, the spaghetti sauce of my childhood, which was really good. And it's one of those sauces that, you cook all day kind of thing. And then when I moved out and when I was on my own and whatever, I found in my mom's house, I found the cookbook. It was a sisterhood cookbook that they did as a fundraiser for the synagogue when I was a baby. And there was all kinds of recipes in there. You know, everybody in the congregation and their family and stuff would contribute to it. And I found my mom's spaghetti sauce recipe in that cookbook, along with recipes from my grandma and my aunts and stuff like that. It's really weird because each recipe has the person's name who contributed it. But I found my mom's spaghetti sauce recipe, and the first time I made it, I was in my own apartment, and I made this recipe using this book that I found. You know, and we hadn't had that for years at that point because my mom, you know, when her health kind of started going, she didn't cook anymore. And so we hadn't had that sauce 10, 15 years already. And the first time I made it, it was like, oh my God, it was the sauce from my childhood. So I make it all the time now. I mean, I think this is the third or fourth time I've made it since I moved in with Lorraine, because Lorraine loves Italian food. So I always try and make a big batch. It's kind of a pain to make because it is a from scratch recipe. And so I try and make a big batch and then we freeze it. And so that's what I was doing this morning. And that's why I'm doing my video late. I finally decided, like, I better get and do that or I'm gonna run out of late, and I'm not gonna be able to do it at all. But yeah, so it smells fantastic in this house. We'll have a little bit for dinner tonight and then freeze a bunch, and we'll have a really good spaghetti dinner next week. Okay, so I don't have a lot to talk about. The work, normal stuff, busy means I get home, I'm tired. So it cuts into my time to craft and also my energy and desire to craft, because if I'm really tired, all I want to do is just lay there. So I don't have a ton of stuff to show this week. I have 2 crochet projects to show you and 2 cross stitch projects to show you, but in that little group of 4, I have 2 finishes, so that I'm pretty excited about. So let's start with the crochet and my finish, and this you guys will recognize, hopefully. This is one of the first things I started. I'm hoping that this fan is not going to cause a problem. I actually was going to wear this, and I put it on and immediately was like boiling hot and got sweaty, so I took it off. I'm just going to hold it up to show you, but I dug my little fan out, and hopefully it's not going to create a problem. I really should have probably tested it, but I didn't. So knock wood, it's gonna be okay. If my sound is really terrible on this video, that's why, and I will have to make arrangements in the future. But anyway, so this is the shrug. Now, I still haven't woven an end, so there's like hanging stringies and stuff like that, but this is the big rectangle giant granny square shrug that I started not long after I started crocheting, and then I kind of set it aside and haven't worked on it for forever, and I pulled it out actually yesterday, and I was bound and determined I was going to finish it, so I did. And it's just a little cocoon shrug. Actually, Lorraine tried it on. She saw it. She's like, oh, that's gorgeous. And Lorraine tried it on, and I think it looks better on her than it does on me. So she might end up wearing it more than I do. But basically, you just do a giant granny square, and then, you know, sew the sleeves in, and then you just wear it as a cocoon shrug. But it is very pretty yarn. It's got a little subtle sparkle to it from little tiny sequins, and I guess I should show you so you can see the granny square part of it. And I actually used 4 full cakes or balls or whatever you want to call of this yarn. I think I have a teeny tiny bit left. And this was Sunset Nights. It's a Lion brand yarn. This color, the green, is called Isle of Skye. It's machine wash, gentle, lay flat to dry, and it is 90% acrylic, 10% polyester. And while I think it is beautiful, this was a pain to crochet with. It is so splitty, Let me see where that So like the, okay, so I don't know if you can even see, but just the ends, how separate it's, you know, 3 strands, but they just completely, it's like holding 3 separate strands together. It's like they're not even twisted. So it probably would be better for knitting than crocheting because of the S twist versus the twist thing. It's definitely an S twist because it untwists when you crochet with it. But I mean, it's still, it's really pretty. Now it has, as I said, these little teeny sequins in it. Those are only attached to the middle color. And so there are 5 colors, you know, gradient through 3 actual colors, you know, light green, a medium green, and a dark green. And then they gradient through by the number of each color strand is in the 3 strand piece of yarn. So the middle color, the sequence is only in the medium color. So you don't have any sequins in the dark section or the very light section. And for the most part, it didn't bother me to work with it until, like, I worked on this a good portion of the day yesterday. And so towards the end of the time working on it, I was kind of feeling like my finger was feeling irritated, probably, you know, from the sequins scraping across it. But I don't have any marks or anything. It just kind of felt a little irritated. But anyway, I'm really glad that I got this done. It feels nice. It would just be a nice blanket to have, you know, just the big square. But it is really pretty. And as I said, it looked great on Lorraine. I don't know if so much if I like it on myself, but I did like it on her, and I thought it was going to be huge on her, but maybe it works. But yeah, she thinks it's pretty dressy. I don't, but I guess because of the sequins. But again, it's very simple as far as the construction. I mean, it's just a big square, and then you just fold it in half and sew the sleeves into it. And then the second thing, the second project that I worked on this week, crochet wise, is my t-shirt. And I am doing this, as you guys know, with a my embroidered mandala yarn. This is in the colorway Doxy. I am on my 2nd cake. I'm definitely gonna have to do 3. Hopefully I won't have to do more than that because I don't have another one, so I would have to buy it, which is 100% doable. This is pretty easy to get yarn, but okay, I split out for the sleeves. So in other words, I don't know if I'm going to actually add any sleeve, like, you know, this creates kind of a cap sleeve itself. I don't know if I'm going to add extra. I might, depending, because when I get down through this first ball and I put on the last cake, I've said this before, I'm doing this with a linked double crochet, and I'm thinking of when I attach the last ball, which will be under the bust, that I will do a regular double crochet, because I think then it'll, you know, look kind of a little bit more lacy, like it'll look like a design choice. Hopefully. If it looks like a mistake, then I'll pull it out and do it the other way. So I'm thinking I might do like 1 or 2 rows with the double crochet, the not linked double crochet on the arm as well. But now, I told you guys before, I did some increases like in the bust area, and because I don't want it to continue to like flare out, I mean, I stopped the increasing, but I'm starting kind of to do some decreases that are just spread out across the front. I did them wrong at first, so I have 2 spots where I kind of will have a hole because I did it wrong. I did the decrease wrong. I don't know if you guys can see that, but then I figured out how to do it right, and no more hole. So yeah, so I'm gonna just keep doing some decreases until I feel like it looks right, and then keep going. So yeah, this is definitely kind of an experimenty sort of top, but I'm liking it. I'm liking the learning process of it, and yeah, so that was the other thing I crocheted this week. And I definitely want to start another one with some of the newer yarns that I got, but I want to finish this first. And it's hard because I really want to use those new yarns, but I don't want to have, you know, too many crochet projects going at a time. I want to try and get them finished as I work on them. Okay, so okay, so that was my crochet, and then as I said, I got a finish on one of my cross stitch whips, which this will not be a big shocker to anyone. Oh, that's why those were there, Carla. I love when I clean things up that I need. Okay, so I finished When Life Gives You Lemons, Make Lemonade. This is by Emma Congdon, from the CrossStitch for the Soul book. And I did this on, actually this was a piece of like Christmas red, sort of Christmas red Ada. It was, you know, when it was packaged, it was an old packaged piece. Bright red, and I actually did like a bleach. I guess it's not called dyeing, I did a bleach of it to see what would happen. It didn't come out as modeled as I wanted. There's a few places that turned out modeled, like right here, which I wish it had been a little bit more like that, but I just didn't know how the bleach would work and how the fabric would react. And so next time I have to just be a little bit, I guess, more sparse with the bleach. But I do like how it came out. I think it looks really good. The way I'm going to finish this, all right, this box at my knees is driving me nuts. I can't reach it at the moment, but I have a lemon shaped, it's actually a cutting board, but I'm going to use that as the background for this, and I'm going to put this in a sort of oval shape, piece of cardboard behind it, and then mount it onto that lemon shaped cutting board, which I think will be very cute. So yeah, so I was really happy with this. Just have to do the fully finish of it. And then I started working on Enchantress of the Abyss. Since in July I work on mermaid projects. I have 2 right now, and right now, just the way that things have been going for me, I used to be like wanting to work on 10, 12 projects a month, and I would work on something different every night and whatever. But now that I've kind of been focused on a little bit more on crochet and just my time, I just don't feel like I have enough as much crafting time. I shouldn't say enough. I should say I don't have as much crafting time as I used to before I moved. I'm kind of more enjoying having, you know, 2 to 5 projects to work on a month. And yeah. So anyway, July is my mermaid month anyway. I'm sorry, I look so sweaty. So Enchantress of the Abyss is Bella Filipina. And I pulled her out, started working on her, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love her. Oh yeah. So for those of you that have been watching for a while, you'll remember that this fabric is fabric that I dyed myself. I really had a very strong idea of what I wanted the fabric to look like, and I could not find anything anywhere. So I ended up dyeing my own fabric. I did have to do it in an Aida because I want it to be sparkly. And the even weave, when I tried to do even weave, it would not hold the color. It dried much lighter, and I wanted it to be dark like this. So I've just done a little bit right in here, but she's out. I'm gonna keep working on her this afternoon. So beautiful. She really is. Okay, so that was all my projects for this week. Haul, I do have a little bit of haul to show you. I'm almost embarrassed to show you, but I did get some more yarn, and in fact I ordered some more yarn because I was really liking this. I haven't worked with it yet, so I could be biting my tongue later, but I'm really intrigued and happy with the way this the Corone Blossom Cakes feel. I showed you this one last week. So I wanted to get some more, and I got a couple different colors, and then realized I didn't have enough of any particular color to make like a full, like a garment. I downloaded a book on my Nook from Barnes & Noble of some sweaters or some garments. And actually I downloaded 2. One is a book for, you know, plus size garments, which is nice because you don't have to convert everything if you're a bigger person. And then I also got a book that was top-down construction. So like the raglan sleeve and the yoke and all that kind of stuff. Now I will be honest, the top-down construction book, although the patterns in there are really pretty, and I probably will end up making some of them, the way the book is written is very, you must do this, you must do that, you must, you know, if you don't do this, it's not going to work, it's not going to look right. And it's like, you know, to a certain extent, I am not 100% a rule follower when it comes to my crafting. So I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm enjoying the t-shirt. It's like, yeah, I kind of know how to do it, and I'm just kind of doing it. And if it doesn't turn out 100% perfect, then it was a learning process, and I'll do better the next time. But I didn't like that tone in that book of, if you don't do this way, then it isn't going to work. It's just a little bit too school marmish, I guess. The other book is just patterns. It doesn't give you any like wagging fingers. And I really like one of those, so I think that's what I'm going to do first. But the colors that I got this one, which is called Tide Pool. And I mean, is that not gorgeous? I mean, I can totally, this is just so pretty. And I ended up ordering more of this because I wanted to get enough to do a full garment. And then I also ordered another color that if I didn't get enough of this color, that I think would look pretty with it as like a band on the bottom. Don't think I showed you guys this one yet. This is called Tropical Blooms. And I mean, these two I think would look good together, you know. And I just got one of this, which is called Azalea. And again, you could probably pair that with that. And then I just got one of this one as well, which is called Dandelion. And that would go, you know, as an accent. And then the color that I got that I don't have yet, I got some more of this, and then I got a, I think it's called Caribbean Sea or something. It's a really pretty blue color. So, as I said, I'm really excited to actually start making a garment with these yarns, but I'm holding off until I get further in my t-shirt because, yeah, I don't want to have like 2 t-shirts started. I was gonna get more of this color, because I got 3 of these, which I don't think is gonna be enough. At least not for the sweater that I was looking at making. I could possibly make a t-shirt with this, but they didn't have any more of it. So I have 3 of these, so that could probably make, you know, a garment, just not something that has a tight weave. I was also thinking with like the t-shirt shape, once I kind of have that down, that I could do something that was a little bit more open, like mesh, and wear like a tank underneath it. So I would have enough, definitely, this to do that. But I'm just really like the way these yarns feel. I think they're going to be easy to crochet with because it's a chain knit construction, so it's like there is nothing to split. They're a 4 weight, so you could use a slightly larger hook, which would make things go faster. And they are 60% cotton, so it'll be a little bit cooler to wear. And part of the reason that I kind of have gone overboard and got so much right now is supposedly these are limited edition. Now, I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if they are going to go away, but I didn't really want to take the chance. So, yeah. So I figured, okay, I will get them now and have them, and yeah. So that is my haul for this week. I will have some more to show you probably next week, the blue color that I was talking about. And then plans, basically more the same. I want to keep working on my t-shirt and work on, I have my 2 Mermaid cross-stitch projects, Enchantress of the Abyss, and then I also have the Little Mermaid, the Lina Ova one. And yeah, that's my basic plans for right now. Yeah, don't have very much more to tell you, so I think it's going to be short and sweet today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these yarns. Have you worked with them? Do you think that they're pretty? Well, you must think they're pretty because they're pretty. But what do you think about them? Have you made anything with them? Do you have any ideas about what would be a good thing to make? Again, I have that problem of living in Southern California that, you know, hats and scarves and gloves and all these like little like one skein projects don't work for me because, I mean, I can make them and they would sit in a drawer because I'm never gonna wear them. I mean, I think I wear a hat maybe once a year. If it's really raining, I might stick a knit cap on. Don't like bucket hats. I think they're kind of stupid looking, to be quite honest. I know that shows my age, but and I don't know what is the deal with my thing, with my late. Anyway, and you know, scarves, I have very little call for them. Anyway, let me know what you guys are working on, and if you crochet, give me some ideas. Anyway, that's it for right now. Hope you guys have a great week. My week at work is going to be crazy busy next week, so I'm glad I had this 3-day weekend at least going into it, so I'm a little bit more rested. And yeah, until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Karla and Delilah. Delilah, there she is. We hope that you have a great time. So again, until I see you again, be content, be kind, and be crafty. Bye-bye.